Hello everyone, welcome to Fine Moon Rising. This is Scorpio's next 4 weeks. That would be the end of August and the beginning of September reading. It is your tarot, astrology, and energy report. So as far as energy goes, I'm going to draw you a sigil while I'm speaking about your astrology. So let's get started with the tarot. And it looks like you have the Devil card, followed by the Ace of Cups is down below, the Three of Coins, the Magician, the Five of Swords, and the Star card. Then overall energy coming out will be the Three of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Let's get started with that. All right, so this Devil card, I don't love this. Also, if you have Leo in your chart, then go check out that reading, because I believe Leo had this card as well. And the Devil, I feel here, is you just setting yourself free of something. There's something that has been bothering you in your way, on your path, holding you back. And I feel like you're just you're done. You're done with this. You're ready to let go of something, because the Ace of Cups is right underneath it, which means that has been something that has had a stranglehold on your heartstrings for a long time. And now you're finally saying, okay, enough is enough. I cannot deal with this any longer. I'm going to set this free. And that's exactly what you're doing. So energy kind of flows in. Well, what happens when the energy flows in? You get this Three of Coins, which is a lovely kind of Capricorn card. And it's you just starting fresh, starting new. There's an energy of kind of starting over in a new, entirely different path. It's not one necessarily building on your experience, because you're having to learn very rapidly. So you may have made a decision as a result of cutting ties with something and moving to another direction, because you want to start fresh, because you want to start over, because you want a new direction in your life, and you're more than willing to do the work, to put the work in, because you have the Magician here. And the Magician card, of course, is a card of Gemini. Gemini is ruler, but it is also a card of learning and using your skills to your advantage, all of your skills. And I think that's where you're headed. You're headed to a place where you can actually thrive, which is so exciting, because sometimes we can get into situations, career paths, relationships, connections, whatever, where we're just not thriving, we're surviving. I feel like you're getting out of the survival mode and you're going to the thriving mode. Okay, you do have the Five of Swords. You have to set some pretty strict boundaries. You know, what you will say, what you won't say, what you're about, what you're not about, that type of thing. And I feel like you're evaluating that and moving forward. So you do have to set some pretty strict rules here for people, for things, for even activities in your life. You know, it could be something as simple as your sleep schedule, but it could also be something as large as your connections. Okay, do the Star card. There's a great feeling of rebuilding here, and I had to put my little sticky over her, because this deck is very beautiful. It's a Marchetti deck, but it does have, some TNA on it. Okay, so Star card, rebuilding peacefully. You are looking for peace. You are looking for happiness. You are looking for the ability to just move in life very easily and no longer have any struggles. So, and we're always going to have obstacles, but obstacles don't have to be struggles. Okay, so we do have the Three of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Queen of Wands here as your overall energy. You'll see it on the right of the screen there. And I just feel like this is that, like I'm looking for my tribe, my group, and I think you're going to find them. You're going to fall into the place that makes you happy, where you can thrive, where you were not surviving, where you're actually excelling. And it goes along with your astrology, which we'll get to shortly. We have the Seven of Swords here. I think you're just going to be making an escape. I just feel like this guy, he's just escaping. He's taking all the swords and he's escaping and he's not saying anything. And I think that's what it is. It's almost like escape mode. I have to do what I got to do, and that's the end of it, And sometimes we get to that point where we're like, you know what? I cannot deal. I've got to go in a new direction that is happier on my heart. Okay, Queen of Wands, bossing up. She's the boss lady. She breasts her cards, meaning she does not share everything with everybody all the time, but she's very good at kind of making things happen in her life. And I feel like that's the direction you're headed to. You see the path clearly in front of you this month, and you're headed towards that. Okay, so your sigil, I just kind of felt like all that glitters is not gold, but actually, let me come back to that. When I wrote out your sigil, I wrote, I set myself free, right? This is very much a freedom reading for you. And so that's what I'm drawing here, okay? The energy of I set myself free. I am not stuck. I'm not staying here any longer. And then there is something in your astrology that I saw, and it was like, all that glitters is not gold, it is silver for you. All that glitters is silver. And I just felt like, you know what, you're not running for things that are flashy at this time. You're actually biding your time and planning and keeping your fire at bay. And you're just moving for something that is peaceful. And I just felt like, especially with your astrology, it's not gold, but a peaceful sparkle on a pond. I mean, that's kind of what where your interest lies, is like, you know what, I just want flow, I want balance, I want this peaceful sparkle on the tips of a pond. I don't want, you know, flashy and fiery and tumultuous and crazy, and you don't want any of that. You just want this peace. And so that's why I feel like all that glitters is silver for you. And so I want to incorporate this lovely indigo-ish color, which is seems to be a peaceful color, this purpley color, royalty as well. And then I'll add in some silver for you, of course, as well. All right, so after Mercury goes direct on the 11th, relationships will improve. And I feel like there's just something here about you just letting something out of your life, freeing it, letting it go. It's almost like a fish swimming away. There's a lot of water references for some reason in this reading. And it's a start again energy. It's not necessarily starting over, but it's a start again, something fresh, something, you know, peaceful, happy, calm, where you want to be. So this month, I encourage you to calm, detox, de-stress. Fall is coming. It's almost like you feel it in the air. You feel like, you know, it's time to just like let some things go, set some things free, put down some energy that I don't need anymore, and then just kind of go with the flow of the changing of the seasons. You are changing as well. Go with the seasons. So career advancement is very much possible for you in early September, by the way. But moving back to Venus in Leo at the end of the month, I believe that's the 25th. There's new moon in Virgo on the 22nd. And that can kind of create a sense of calm for you. It's a focus on your energy. It's a focus on your health. It's a focus on your well-being, as well as, you know, what is stressing you out in your life and how can you just rearrange things to make it not so. So we're saying not so, number one on that, okay? We have a little Star Trek reference there. So, of course, moving into Venus in Leo on the 25th, that's what I feel like there might be a career change, business advancement, or just, you know, financial advancement for you on the 25th that is highlighting your skills. And it's going back to that magician card that you did have in the center of your reading, as well as the star card. I think that you are highlighting the skills. Your skills are going to be highlighted and important to other people, whatever that may be. Could even be in a friend group, or it could even be in your career path. But I do think there's advancements where you can really shine and show your strengths. Okay, let's see what else here. What else for you? Okay, and then for this, let's see. Okay, speak your truth. So your chakra energy, like 5th chakra for some reason, is coming up. It's kind of time to speak your truth, but this is really more to yourself. You're not really sharing with anybody. This is something, a healing process you're going through all by yourself with nobody else. And I feel like with this energy, you really need to put voice by yourself. Nobody needs to hear this. By yourself, speak your truth. Speak what you want. Speak what you want into the universe. Put your heart, mind, and soul into it, and you will absolutely manifest it. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What is the feeling that you're after? What do you like? What do you dislike? What about your future? How do you want to feel? What is peaceful, balance, and healing for you in your future? Okay, so. And I did add a little gold in there, but actually I think it's like a copper. Yeah, put a little copper in there, which is it's very valuable, especially conductive material. Okay, At the end, I do pull some extra tarot cards, and you will see them shortly. And these extra tarot cards are Three of Cups, the the Knight of Swords. You had 4 of them, actually. That's why it's confusing me. The Knight of Swords, you had the Three of Wands, the Hermit card, and the Page of Coins. And I just want to spend a little more time. You will see these cards pop up on the screen at the end here. But the Knight of Swords, there will be actionable items for you to take hold of, right? So with this career advancement or whatever you've got coming your way, there's going to be actionable items that you're going to have to move on. You're going to have to say yes. You're going to have to say no. You're going to have to, negotiate. You're going to have to budget your time. You're going to have to do those type of things that will propel you forward. I also keep seeing this Capricorn symbol as well. So it's funny that I see that. It's very much work related. I do feel like there is with a Virgo energy, I feel like it's like an organizational thing and also a work related thing. So your reading is all over the place. Bear with me, Scorpio. You have the Three of Wands here. So that is starting new, starting afresh, but don't sit on your laurels. Don't just sit there and watch your ships go out. You need to actually take charge. Like Aries, you need to take charge. So there's actionable items at the end coming into the Virgo season, and you're going to be putting that plan. You're going to be noticing things and actually enacting a plan of action and just going forth, taking those steps. Okay, you do have this Hermit card here, and for this Hermit card, that is that kind of peace that you're after. I think in your soul, after you have set the boundaries, after you have dealt with whatever situation that you have kind of gotten out of, I feel like there's the healing aspect of the Virgo new moon, but as well as the upcoming Virgo season, I feel like for you is definitely one of, okay, I can breathe again. I'm free again, and I want to start afresh, and I want to go down an entirely different path. Then you have the Page of Coins. That's a learning card. Financials are going to be coming to the forefront. You're going to be learning about that, how you're handling money, where you're putting your money. So that's just part of it. And also material reality. That's actually your schedule. Okay, thanks, Scorpio.